Afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. We want to get straight to one of today's top stories. Really, the coldest temperatures of the season coming into the inland Northwest, and it's going to continue to get colder.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're also going to factor in the wind chills. We think we're going to see wind gusts tonight at anywhere around 30 to 35 miles per hour. So that will bring air temperatures down maybe as low as 12 degrees below zero. Here are the headlines. And again, we're talking about seeing, I think we've got headlines. Let's go to those right now. My good friend up there in the booth. We've got that Arctic blast continuing. We'll look for low temperatures this week in the teens and single digits. Sub-zero wind chills expected Thursday and Friday. Again, we could see wind chills tonight drop down to 7 degrees below zero. For tomorrow night, could drop down to 12 degrees below zero. It's cold right now, 27 degrees. The wind is out of the west right now at about 8 miles per hour. Not much happening on the Doppler radar. A few isolated snow showers in northeastern Kootenai County and northern Shoshone County. This is what we're calling for the overnight low. This is an air temperature, not a wind chill temperature, down to 11. And then we may only get up to 19 degrees tomorrow. Looking ahead to the weekend, it's still cold. 8 will be the low on Saturday. Slight chance of snow on Sunday. Much better chance of snow on Sunday night, Valentine's Day evening. And then we'll look for a daytime high of 26 degrees. Of course, with the temperatures continuing to drop this week, we want to go live to outside to meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Thomas, more wind and even colder weather is on the way.
Yeah, well, just as you said, Tom, but I'm thankful that it's not all that windy at this exact moment as I'm just hanging out here at Riverfront Park right next to the skate ribbon. I mean, what better way to keep warm than to do a little bit of exercise? Just a few kids that are out here certainly taking advantage of that. But we know that the winds are going to pick up, but things were already quite cold from this morning. And as we were scoping things out in the valley earlier today, we noticed this off of Appleway, one of the fountains, waterfalls that you might have recognized that's frozen over now, especially with our temperatures having dipped down into the teens, but we know that it's going to get even much colder overall. So I'll say this, Spokane River's probably not going to freeze over. It's usually moving a little bit too fast, but our local ponds and any fountains, those probably will be freezing over the next few days. And as I mentioned, you know, people still trying to get some exercise outside, even though it is a little bit cold. Not too many people out on the trails, but maybe if you're ice skating, you'll do a little bit better to keep yourself warm. Whatever you can do to keep yourself warm, both outside and inside, will do you all the better, especially with those temperatures as cold as they are forecasted. Reporting live in Spokane, I'm meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Back to you.
Thomas, thank you so much for braving it out there.
Yeah.
It's definitely cold. All right, the Meade School District still waiting for results on its levy proposal from last night's special election. The race, though, still officially too close to call right now. The levy would replace an expiring one, and it would provide funds for educational programs as well as operational expenses that are not covered by the state. A count of the ballots last night showed a margin of only a few hundred votes. One Meade School District parent that we talked to today believes this is an important levy that needs the community's approval, even though some may not think it's the right time.
Regardless of whether or not it's good timing because of our pandemic, that can't be helped. The levy is expiring. And I do understand, you know, we have also been financially impacted by the levy, but I just, you know, we're already hurting as a community because of the virus. I just don't see sticking a knife in the gut of our schools as a solution to that.
The Spokane County Auditor is expected to release another round of special election results here in about an hour. We are tracking this, and of course we'll bring you an update just as soon as we have that information.
Well, now let's break down how the other school district levies are doing around the area. The Medical Lake School District Proposition 1 is also too close to call right now.
So you can see 56% of the vote there, yes. And also let's take a look at West Valley's levy for educational and operations expenses. Again, this one still being officially called too close to call. It's got a spread of about 500 votes difference right now.
And the same with West Valley's levy to fund technology and facilities improvement. Too close to call, but the yes votes are leading.
Now, 9 Mile Falls, the school district there, Prop 1, still too close to call. You can see the numbers there, very, very close. So far, more than 3,000 votes have already been counted. They're not quite done yet, though.
Sprague School District Proposition 1 is looking like it will pass well, with 71% of voters now approving, 72% now of voters approving the measure.
And also passing tonight is, of course, the Spokane Public School levy. We talked about that one a lot last night. This levy is replacing, again, an expiring levy that would fund educational programs and operational expenses that typically are not covered by the state.
So that also includes special education, counselors, nurses, AP courses, and art, music, and drama.
Of course, I'm thrilled. I know that Spokane voters have definitely indicated that they believe in our schools and what we are doing for kids. So that feels really, really good to know that those things will still continue for them.
Now, we are continuing to track the election results here across the area. New counts are expected tonight at 5 o'clock. Our political reporter, Casey Decker, will be bringing, again, a live analysis of those brand new results. But in the meantime, if you would like more information on the special election or to get the results sent right to your phone, just text the word election to 509-448-2000.
In other news, vaccine distributions have rapidly increased over the last 2 months. Spokane veterans are among those receiving their first doses, but there's still plenty of work to be done.
KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones caught up with a disabled veteran waiting on his second dose still.
We all have our own stories about how unique this last year has been.
What's living in the pandemic been like for you?
I have not let it stop me from doing stuff that I normally do.
At times, staying afloat throughout the highs and lows has been challenging, but Fred Marjota is the perfect example of what it means to push through adversity. He suffers from brain and spinal injuries, although that doesn't slow him down too much. The disabled U.S. veteran finds a way to check off all his daily chores and still manages a work schedule at the Amazon warehouse.
I do my own shopping. I wear my mask wherever I'm supposed to wear it, and it's kept me from getting the virus.
Nearly a full year after COVID-19 shut down the world, Fred has received his first dose of the vaccine. Spokane's VA Medical Center has outlined their distribution efforts, prioritizing veterans by age group and high-risk underlying health conditions.
They're doing 100 vets a day, and it took me exactly a half hour.
More than 28,000 veterans are enrolled with the VA in its clinics. The center is making the calls themselves to let vets know when they're eligible for a vaccine. Now that Fred has received his first dose, he's scheduled for his next appointment on March 1st.
Well, we do the Paralyzed Veterans meeting by Zoom right now.
He's hopeful that will change back into in-person meetings as the year progresses. Any veteran that signs up for the vaccine will go through a drive-through screening process before being directed to their appointment.
They're trying to do the best they can to get everybody in to the VA to give them their shot.
From Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
And we will certainly keep you updated on
You
that
bet.
progress as well. In the meantime, Valentine's Day now just a few days away. Tom, I hope that you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, if you need plans, we do have you covered. Coming up after the break, the Spokane Symphony serving up the perfect Valentine's Day. We'll be right back.